Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky. I'm here with another Learning to Draw Weekly. Let's hop into it, shall we? But first, I'm going to show you a couple of new things I bought pertaining to art and something cute I bought. So I'm obsessed with stuffed animals, and I bought him. Isn't he cute? I just had to show everybody. I know I'm a crazy person. Alright, let's get into the books, shall we? This is a botanical book. I've really wanted to learn how to draw flowers better. I have a couple examples in the notebooks here, but let me just show you guys some of the pages. It has a little text thing here on maybe things that you might have trouble with, and then it has sketches on its way to full illustrations. So it's super helpful. I've done a couple of the exercises in here with watercolors, even though some of them are done in colored pencils, and I think some of them are done in watercolors. But I've only seen ones in colored pencils so far. But this has been so helpful, and I've only done 2 different exercises from it. So I really recommend this book. Like I said, I've only done 2 exercises, and it's been super helpful already. So I can see this book being really helpful in the future. So I got this book. This is called Sketching People. I got this because I have the Urban Sketching Guide, which I've shown in a previous Learning to Draw Weekly, that I love to death. And this has the same kind of art styles in it. Hold on, I gotta move this out of the way. Someone else is using this desk, so there's like forms and stuff on it. Anyway, don't mind the forms. So this book here is called Sketching People. Let me just bring you in a little bit here. It's got like the same basic artist encouragement. I can't even draw stick man. And then it shows you structures and different people. It doesn't really have a this is how you draw a head, this is how you draw a body. It's more of just looking for structure and looking for colors and stuff. It's really helpful advice-wise. There is a lot on tone and color, which I'm really having trouble with. So it's really nice to look at. I haven't read all of it, and as you see, it's very, very reading heavy. So I have a feeling I will absorb better, or absorb the information better when I've sat down and actually read it, instead of just flipping through and looking at the pictures. But look at this art. Isn't this beautiful? I was just brought in by this art. It's amazing. Anyway, so undecided on whether this has been helpful yet, but it's a lot of words. I was previously a writer, so the fact that there's a lot of words in there doesn't bother me. I read novels all the time. Very heavy, full-length novels. That's just a book with pictures in it. Anyway, this is Fashion Design Studio by Chris Hart. Now, if you recall, I've bought another book by Chris Hart, and I hated it. So you might ask me, Crystal, why did you buy another book by someone who did another book that you hated? I was actually not going to pick up this book, and then I ended up picking it up. I wasn't going to pick it up because, let me see if I can find a page. There's a couple pages in here that are almost like draw with me pages. Like this, draw it yourself. I don't need extra paper here. I have a sketchbook, right? So I saw that and I wasn't gonna get it. But I really like the different poses he has in here, and I really wanted to practice them. So it came at a fair price, and I had a coupon from Barnes & Noble, so I ended up picking it up. Again, undecided about whether this has been good yet. I haven't really gotten to it. Okay. All 3 books are done. Now time for the art. We'll start with this. This is my watercolor sketchbook. Let's see. I don't remember where I ended in this book last week. So we have some Doodle Date fan art. I love Doodle Date. If you haven't checked them out, just type Doodle Date in YouTube. You'll find them. They're amazing. This is a girl I was testing my Winsor & Newton palette. I really was trying to get a skin color. Girl with a sheep. I think I showed you this last week. Girl with a sheep reminded me. This is a Meet the Artist, but I don't like the way she came out. But yeah, that's a proof of my Meet the Artist. So here is really cool. I have a Winsor & Newton, a small Cotman's travel watercolor set. You've seen it before on this channel. And someone suggested that I do a mixing chart. So what you do with a mixing chart, in case you don't know, is you take the color and then you mix it with all the other different colors in the palette to see what other colors it comes out. So like this is a mix between the yellow and the regular orange. I don't know the actual colors in the palette, so I just made up my own colors, like yellow and orange. This is yellow watered down, so you know what this is. Orange watered down, red orange watered down, violet, blue. So I did all of them in my palette. This is a really pretty color. I didn't know any of these watercolors could mix to be different colors like that color. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have a mixing chart. I have a ton of mixing pages. This is another one. This is a girl in the middle of my mixing pages. I really like the way she turned out. She was done in colored pencil. Mixing charts. Mixing charts. Mixing charts. As I said, I did a lot of mixing charts. Mixing charts. And the end of the mixing charts. I didn't finish all of the colors. The dark browns and like the regular browns I didn't do fully, because I just didn't have the time. This is an attempt at a landscape. The skyline is too high here. Like this is the sky, and this is the land, and it's just the land's too high. The sky should be down more. The clouds turned out pretty nice. This is my first attempt at drawing a flower. This was without the book. Again, second attempt of drawing a flower without the book. It was just done in watercolors. It wasn't outlined or anything. These are done in colored pencil, red colored pencil. I really like the way she turned out, but her hand's too small. My problem. This was done with the book, the botanical book. This is different types of crocus. She has a full page of this, and I took just a small piece of it to practice, and I really like the way it turned out. It's just a small piece of two of the different types of flowers she has, so I like that. This is called Pussy Willow. It's also in the botanical book, and I really like this sketch, and I couldn't bring myself to line it. I liked it so much, so I didn't line it. I was just like, I'm gonna keep it as a sketch, so I did. This, again, was from the botanical book. I messed up in a couple of places, and she did this in colored pencil instead of watercolor. I did it in watercolor. I like it. This was an idea. I went to a tree farm. We were looking for a tree for my front yard, and this is like a type of sanguine flower. And this just happened somehow. I actually was drawing, I drew a, you'll see in my other sketchbook, I drew it in pencil first, the idea, and then when I got home I did this in Copics. So this is a Stillman and Bird Delta series. This is for watercolor and not for Copics or markers. So you can see there's some shadow on this side of the page from doing it in Copics, which is fine. I'll just leave it like that, that's fine. I actually finally found a skin color that I like from my Winsor Newton palette. This is yellow and violet mixed together, and I like it. I really like it. I finally found a skin color I liked. I also like the blending. This is done in watercolors. And then that's it in this book. You move my fluffy little... I love stuffed animals. I have many in my room. Alright. So let's take my Snoopy off. And we'll head into here. So I went to a bar called Duffy's with my folks, and this was something there, so I drew that. It's a bar stool and some bar and a little table. This is pretty funny. It was a really quick doodle in a truck, so it's very off. But this lady was eating like a full popsicle in the front of her car and was just staring at us. So I drew her because there's no privacy anymore. She doesn't look anything like her. I just thought that was hilarious. So I just drew the concept. This is gonna be a cat with a little witch hat, but I didn't finish, as you can see. This was the idea for the red. See, I said aka. I wanted to make it red. Make sure this is red and black here. So, again, a concept. This is a concept that I haven't finished yet. There was a butterfly there. I really want to draw like a kimono girl in a window with a butterfly in her finger like this. I didn't get the hand right, obviously. I drew it standing up while we were walking through a tree farm, so forgive me. Forgive me. Kimono girl, I love kimonos. I'm obsessed with kimonos. I really want a kimono for my own, so I just keep drawing them. This is a pretty interesting idea. I wanted to have like a girl with like a magical something in her hand here, and I ended up drawing the crystals from my Crystal Sky banner. So that happened. Her feet are a little too small. This is cool. I also went to, today actually, I went to a nature preserve and mini golf thing that they have in Florida here. And this is a zebra. And a little shed in the back. They also had a aviary. This is a little messy, but this sketch was of, they had like a little thing you walk through, like a trestle, and then there was an aviary in the back with some foliage and some rocks on both sides, so that's what I drew. It's very busy. I don't really know at this point how to get scenes like this, where I think all the proportions are right and the perspective is pretty much right. I don't know how to get it so that it's not so busy, because this is all chain link. And the scene itself looked busy. So the fact that the sketch is busy is on point, but at the same time, I want it to actually look like it's supposed to. So it's very busy from the side. This is a toucan. They had a toucan there. This was my first attempt. His beak was too short. He doesn't look like a toucan. This does, though. I'm really proud of this. This is a toucan. I actually showed the toucan this because I'm a crazy person. I was like, see, it's you! And the toucan did the cutest thing. He tilted his head at me. Like, what is wrong with you, woman? It was so funny. I, like, was laughing for 5 minutes. So, yeah. I drew this standing up at a nature preserve. Because I'm a crazy person. This was a building. I really liked the cupola up top. So, cupola. And then this was just like a quick, this is where the building is and this is where everything is placed kind of picture. This is cool. This is a bottle brush tree. Again, I was sitting on a bench when I did this one. I really like the way these trees turned out and the foliage. There's also a little birdhouse here, and it's actually two sides. It was very small, a very small birdhouse with lots of foliage. I really like this picture. This will probably go up on Twitter. And then that's it for that. Okay, and now we're going to go into my iPad and Procreate. I haven't done anything in any other things but this. So if you guys have followed my channel, this I did last week. This is, I put up a time lapse of doing this. This is Black from Kekai Sensen. Then I did a couple of pencil sketches, right? So then this was also a pencil sketch of that previous one, of that paper with sheep. This is what I uploaded on Tuesday. I did a time lapse of this one. This is from Mercy. I don't like her legs, but I like the way that it gets my feeling across. Like, she's almost like, oh, this is the first time I'm flying. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I wanted to give off there. Pretty sure this is me getting frustrated. Yeah, I have a very frustrated face on. Look, that face. I was very frustrated. Because I wanted to get the position right for that. These are some cats I drew. They're not very good. They were taken from reference of Pinterest. They're not very good, but I like cats, so. And then this picture is going to go up on Twitter. I love this picture. It's a galaxy girl. Even her skin is the texture of a galaxy. It's really hard to see because I'm filming my iPad. But I just really like the way I did this. I did this in watercolor-ish on Procreate, and I'm really fond of it. So, alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week for more Learning to Draw Weekly. Keep up to date on my channel because I will be posting a ton of different things during the week. Next week I have a very surprise announcement for you guys. I'm going to be doing a 30 days of something, and it's going to be pretty much what my channel is. That's all the hints you're going to get. I'm really excited to start this 30-day kind of challenge video upload thing with you, and I will see you next week for the announcement. Bye!